Stage presentation brought to you by Target and the J. Willard and Alice S. Marriott Foundation. As a courtesy to this evening's artists and other audience members, we ask that you turn off your mobile devices at this time. Photography and recording of any kind during the performance is prohibited. The Millennium Stage presents a free performance at 6 p.m., 365 days a year. All our performances are broadcast live and available on demand at www.kennedy-center.org. Tonight's performance, featuring Rory Albanese and Tim Miller, is generously made possible by Capital One Bank's sponsorship of Comedy at the Kennedy Center, and we are grateful for their commitment. Now please welcome to the stage Tim Miller.
Hello, everybody. How are you? You guys okay? You guys good? It's a very weird-looking crowd. I just want to let you know that now. I'm glad they turned the lights off right when I said that, too. Like, as soon as he gives us a sign, we'll cut it off so he doesn't see anybody. Glad you guys are here. Most of you have nothing else to do, so that's good. I'm glad that... Me, too. I've been off all last week, and then, a little scared. Like, at first you're not, though. You find out you get furloughed, you're kind of like, that sucks. All right, back to sleep. That's all I wanted to do anyway. And then 2 days later, you're like, okay, guys, so what's going on? Are you guys at work? You start calling coworkers and shit that you've never talked to ever. Hey, man, are you going to work today? Are you sure? Are you lying? Tell me the truth. Hate it. Glad you guys are here. It's fun. It's good. You got to get out every now and then. Get out and have some fun. Instead of going to work, nobody likes that anyway. Nobody really cares for work. Everybody likes their job. Just nobody wants to go to work. It's two different things. Your job is what you do. I'm a photographer. I love being a photographer. But I don't like going to work and dealing with people that I hate on a daily basis. You notice when you go to work, the people that you hate the most talk to you the most? Have you noticed that? They always have something to say to you every day. Hey, Tim, I stopped by earlier. You weren't here. Are you hiding from me? Yeah, I'm hiding from you, Mark. So I don't punch you in the face. I don't like you. Just deal with them, just work. Got to go in there and deal with them. Talk to them. Listen to their problems. Answer their questions. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. It's a dangerous place I work in an office. It's a dangerous place to work. You don't believe me? Burn popcorn at work, see what happens to you. Burn popcorn. People lose their minds. I don't know what it is. It's like farting in prison. Everybody goes crazy because you can't leave. You just got to sit there in that smell all day. Looking at coworkers for help. Do you still smell it? I still smell it. It happened at lunchtime. It is 3:45. So that's some questions. What did you have for lunch? What did you have for? Oh, shrimp salad. Was it popcorn shrimp, bitch? Was it you? It was him. Gotta do it though. You gotta do it. Gotta deal with the peoples. There's only one black dude that works in my office. That sucks. It's me. I'm the only. It's me. In case you guys got real quiet on that. It's me. I give my company credit. They hire black people all the time. They never make it past the 90-day probational period, though. They always seem to get fired for some reason. Anytime they're about to get fired, all the white people come to me to go talk to them. Like I'm the nigger whisperer. Like I'm supposed to help figure out what to do about this. You guys got real tight when I said the N-word just then. Just calling you out on your... That's the only time you're going to hear it tonight, okay? Just relax. I'm not going to get comfortable saying that in front of you. I wrote that joke before I came in here tonight, all right? I didn't see the crowd, okay? I was like, I'm doing a joke. I can't do it now. That's the one thing you do, though. I realize I gotta make, people comfortable. I realize that. I have to make white people comfortable at work. I have to do that. And that's what happens when I talk to him. They make me go talk to him. They say, hey, Tim, we're gonna need you to go talk to Too Sweet again. Really? Yeah. This time, just get him on board with his business attire, will you? Okay. Hey, Too Sweet, listen, you can't wear canary yellow suits in the office anymore. Why? Because you're scaring white people in here, man. You can't do it. I got a cane and a Kango. I'll wear it to work. I wear it on Easter or when I'm pimping. You can't wear that here, okay? Just. He always gets mad. Look, man, my uncle, he used to wear stuff like this. He was a businessman. This is what he was. Well, your uncle's a pimp. Sherrod, he was a pimp. Just stop doing it. I'm getting real good at like not making white people comfortable. It's my new skill. I put it on LinkedIn, man. I'm serious. I'm real good at it now. Except for now. I'm horrible at it tonight. You guys are like, ugh. They should do that in interviews. Just ask me questions like, when was the last time you slapped a white person when you laughed? I don't know. Y'all don't know that stereotype? All right. Shouldn't have done that joke either. Just one thing I think. I hate to see that, though. I really hate when I see black people just, reinforcing stereotypes. I really do. I'm not going to lie, though. I was late for work the other day. That's like stereotype number one, isn't it, for us? Just being late. I couldn't help it, man. I knew I was going to be late. I woke up and I felt late. You know the late feeling? If you have a job, you know the late feeling. You just wake up and you feel rested. It feels good because you're awake, and then after a while, you're like, shit. There's no way it's 5 a.m. I'm comfortable as hell right now. My eyes don't hurt. I got a will to live and shit. Supposed to be at work at 8:30. I got there like 12:45. I tried to sneak in. Sherrod stopped me. Look, man, they sent me over to come talk to you about being in here on time, brother. Making us look bad. Played the lottery not too long ago. Played the lottery. I did this, and I did the same thing that everybody does when they play. They like, I already won. Start making plans with the money like you already won and shit. I didn't win. I wouldn't be here if I wanted to be in Jamaica. I didn't win, man. I had plans for that money. I was gonna turn Republican and everything, man. I was gonna learn how to swim, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna get some. Not even learn how to swim, just have somebody hold my body as I just doggy paddle. Come on, sir, you got it. Lost that lottery. God, I couldn't believe it. A lot of people say they'll quit their job if they win the lottery. Nope, never quit my job. I'm going in every day until they fire me. I'm tormenting my coworkers, man. Tormenting my coworkers with the money every day. I'll be on a hoverboard in meetings and shit. Just all around the building, just getting on people's nerves. Try to be nice. Feels good when you go to work, though. It does. It feels good. Feels good when you get paid. That's the main thing. Payday, right? That day only. That's it. You look at your account online, like, I'm balling today. I'll take my lady out to a free comedy show or something. And then 2 days later, when you paid all your bills, you took your girl out a couple of times, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself, man. This is... Why did I spend all my money on my bills? That was stupid. Anything can happen. If you don't have a lot of money, anything can happen and you'll feel broke, man. Anything. I lost my ATM card. Have you done that? How long does it take to get a new ATM card now? Like 8 or 9 months? Why? Why does it take so long? I'm with Bank of America. I'm American. It should be easy to get a new card. Should be no problem. Nope. Gotta wait forever. That whole time you're waiting to get a new card, that's what it's like to be homeless, I realize. That's what it's like. Because it never happens at a convenient time when you got all kind of cash in your pocket, right? You have $3 cash, that's it. That whole time you're just broke. And I dare you to pull out a check in a line. Any line, I dare you. Somebody will hurt you. Pull out a check, I dare you. Gotta do it. Gotta do it, though. Had my girl complaining about work. You ever have that, fellas? Your lady complains about work like you don't have your own problems. They complain. You have to act like it's something new that she tells every day. It's really not. It's the same story, ladies. It's the same story. You ever notice how annoying your girl ever complain about work so much, after a while you start hating her coworkers too? You don't even realize it. And then she says one thing, oh my God, let me tell you what Teresa did. What the hell did that bitch do now? Was she wearing that orange outfit with that nasty brown belt? She wears it every Tuesday. Babe, we need to quit the job. We need to quit. We have been dealing with Teresa too long. We have been. Don't give her advice, by the way, fella. If your girl complains, just listen. If you can, just listen. It's hard, because we want to fix the problem. We want to fix you. Don't do it, though. Women are like cassette players when it comes to emotions. They like to stay in the same emotion forever and then switch naturally. Men are like CD players when it comes to emotions. We skip around, okay? You get mad for a little bit, and you're like, you know what? I might go to jail if I get too mad. Let me calm down for a second. Emotionally, just listen. Girl has a problem, don't try to fix the problem. You try to fix the problem, guess what? You just became the problem. Just listen. Just listen. I had to learn that, because I'm real like, I like getting to the, babe, all right, let's get to the problem. No, let's fix it. No. Nope. She gets mad. I like to see dudes that don't get it right, though. I love seeing couples argue in public. It's like my favorite sport. I love it. I just love seeing other miserable people just out and about. The guy didn't know what to do. He's just trying to keep her, shh, can we, babe, just calm. I'm not the only one. You ever been in an argument with your girl in public? You ever notice how quiet it gets? That's because everybody is listening to your argument, man. Everybody in earshot is listening. You ever sit at a table and the next table starts arguing? Whoever you're sitting with doesn't know and they keep talking. You got to shut them up. Hey, man, listen. I don't know if you realize this, but it's rude what you're doing. They're getting it in. They're really arguing over here big time, okay? I'm going to need you to tell me about your grandmother later, all right? It's about to get real good right now. So. How do you know it's going to get good? Because he just told her to relax. It's about to get real good. Real good. Never tell your girl to relax. Ever. Just let her complain just let her complain. Men aren't like that. We don't understand sometimes. We're not like that. Emotional. We don't do emotions like that. Women can cry. Yeah, we don't cry. Ask a guy in here the last time. When's the last time you cried, sir? When's the last time you cried? Look at this. He's looking at his wife. Hon? Did I cry last night in bed, right? I can't remember, though. But I asked a woman the last time she cried. She said, I saw a toilet tissue commercial with some bears. And I had on a blue shirt, and the bears were blue, so I was just so very... Men can't cry. We don't do emotional. Only time men can cry is when we cut onions and when we watch ESPN 30 for 30 movies. That's the only time we can cry. Men don't cry. We're not that emotional. We don't. Our emotions are sexual. That's how we release our emotions. Semen is our tears. That's how we release our emotions. You guys got a little iffy on that one too, all right? I just want to... This side over here is like, no. Mm-mm, buddy. Mm-mm. No. There's a lot of couples over here. That's good. That's wise. The middle is in, and this side is like the animals on this side. Right? It's laughing. Give it to us, Terrence. I should perform over here only. But I gotta give a... You always want to go for the ones that you're not getting. You know what I mean? You always want to get those. Oh, well. I'm going to stay facing this way. My mom was watching this, man. Well, sexually, that's how we are, sexually. Every now and then you have to understand. You have to understand women, I feel like, to really, get to the heart. I had a ex-girlfriend. Now, that was awkward. How old was that kid right there after telling that joke I just did and seeing that kid walk out of here? Is that why y'all were tripping because of her? Now can I do jokes for you? Is that okay? Oh my gosh, she's just old enough to repeat the jokes that I just told. Daddy, semen, shut up! We are in church. I shouldn't have taken you to the Kennedy Center. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so scared. Guys, tell me if she comes back, because I'll just keep it clean from there, please. Just let me know. In conclusion, We're all scared. We're all scared of a little bit of, we're all scared of, sexually, we're all scared. We're scared of, diseases, Every time there's a commercial that has anything to do with sex, they have a HIV or STD disclaimer at the end of it. Oh, by the way, this is Cialis, male enhancement, but it won't stop the spread of HIV or and other STDs. Really, Cialis? If it did, wouldn't that be the reason for Cialis? It wouldn't be Cialis male enhancement. It'd be Cialis, the HIV stopping drug. That makes your dick hard. It makes your dick hard too, by the way. It's She's gone, guys. You can laugh at that, okay? It's just... Listen, my name is Tim Miller. I'll be your host and MC for tonight. Thank you very much for coming to the show. You guys are in for a treat. Coming to the stage right now, very funny gentleman. He is a Emmy-winning executive producer and writer for the Daily Show on Comedy Central. Please give it up for Rory Albanese, everybody.
We go for Tim Miller, everybody. Awesome. Well, this is thanks for being open, I mean, that was just nice. It's just something in DC to be open. I really appreciate it. That was cool. Wow, they just shut the whole government down, didn't they? It's crazy. Everyone's so angry right now, aren't they? Everyone just seems so mad. It's not just the politicians. The whole country's mad. Have you been on the internet? Holy cow, that place is just like anger place. It's now just anger. It doesn't matter what website you're on. Read the comment section. It's like, freaking libtards, the Jew run lamestream media. I'm like, hey man, I'm just trying to buy boots, calm down. You ranting about the Republicans on the J. Crew website today. So much anger. Everyone's mad about something. That just seems to be how it's going right now. Everyone's mad. Doesn't matter what it is. Just, I'm pissed. Someone's pissed. It really does. And I'm trying to be very positive now. I'm trying to go the other way. I'm just trying to be positive, But people say, well, you can't be positive about everything. There's so many issues. That's just how everyone sounds to me. It's an exact impression of what people sound like. Oh, there's so many issues. How can you be positive about something like childhood obesity? You can't make that positive. Yes, I can. How about this? Fat kids don't get kidnapped. There, made that positive. They're too fucking heavy to kidnap. That's a fact. You never hear a story where like a fat kid gets kidnapped. There's no fat kids on milk cartons. They're too fat even to put on a milk carton. If there's a lawn, and on that lawn is 4 kids and 3 are fat and 1 isn't, who's getting kidnapped? Most kidnappers can't bench 650, There, I made that positive. Oh, that's what it feels like. Everyone's so angry, They're people mad about health care. To be quite honest with you, I don't even understand the sides of the issues. I don't even get them, It's just like everyone's yelling, and the left and the right, and then the left, right? They're supposed to be the ones who are like into science, right? And they believe in evolution, and Darwin, things like that, right? That's the left. Yet, when it comes to health care, they don't want any naturals. They don't want anyone to die. They want to keep everybody alive. We don't interfere with nature, except, but I don't know, maybe they're weeding out some fucking shitty people, And then the right, they're all about Jesus, right? I mean, a lot of them are. The loud ones are, right? They're always talking about Jesus this, Jesus that. Now, I don't know anything about Jesus. I'm a Jew, I know he was a Jew. I know that much. But here's the thing. Aren't they the ones who talk about Jesus? Isn't Jesus, I'm not knowing a lot about him. I do know 2 things. He liked helping sick and poor people, right? So wait, let me get this straight. The guys who are into Jesus don't want to help sick poor people. They're like, fucking deal with natural selection, fatty, And then the left, who are all about, they're just like, no, Christians, you gotta just be nice and help everybody. I can't figure it out. They don't even know what side they're on. The left, when it comes to healthcare, is on the right, and the right's on the left. And you know where I am? Just a fucking normal person in the middle. You know what I mean? Everyone's like there's like a yin and a yang, you know, a white and a black, and there's like gray line like right down the middle. That's where I live. It's called Normal Town, you know? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think everyone should have health care. Absolutely. Of course I think that. But then, I guess I'm a kind of a flip-flopper if I was a politician. I would like, every now and then I'm driving on the highway and someone cuts me off. I'm like, I hope that fucking person dies. You know? I want this. It's not even like crashes. Like, I want to see your fucking head rolling in front of me. She got on the exit before I did. You know? So I don't know. I'd really be a flip-flopper. I wouldn't be a very good politician. I'd flip-flop. Be like, yeah, we should have. No, die. And that's the thing, too, when you think about it. It's like, we're pretty, I don't know, we're like, we've become really, equal rights. We're all for that. Who's not for equal rights, okay? I mean, you got to be crazy not to say everyone should be treated equally. But even Martin Luther King was specific about his language. He said, we should not, with his dream, he had a whole thing with dreaming, where the speech was right down the street here. And he did this whole thing about, you can't judge people by the color of their skin, but the content of their character, right? We don't judge people by anything anymore. We keep missing one step, the content of their character. We're like, everyone's equal. No, we're not. Some people are shitty assholes. That's the content of their character. So we have to acknowledge that part of the deal. I agree, race has nothing to do with it. I don't care what color you are, but assholes are assholes, and every color has an asshole, you know? So we have to weed those people out. That's who we have to, that's who shouldn't have health care and welfare. Assholes, you know? Then we'd all be on the same page. Nobody likes assholes. You guys are assholes? Is that the problem? Oh, you're just getting here. They're like, we're assholes. We can't take this. I'm not gonna hear this guy butcher assholes all day. I gotta cut somebody off on the fucking whatever you have here. But I don't even know your roads. You have 9 4th Streets. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, that's the whole thing, you know? We gotta just be more specific about who we don't want to help. Like welfare, yeah, there are people mooching off the system. Let's figure out how to weed out the assholes, and then they don't get health care. They get naturally selected out of society. And then we have a fucking kick-ass country with so much less traffic. Isn't that the goal? Isn't the goal just to get places faster? Really? That, for me, that's all I care about, really. And that's my whole thing with healthcare. It's that's what I mean by in the gray area, just normal. I don't know. I just don't think the loudest, craziest people should be running the country, and that's what seems to be happening. Michelle Bachmann, right? Come on, Michelle Bachmann. She was part of that cavalcade of crazy fuckers that the Republicans ran. You know what I mean? It was they just opened the gates at Bellevue. It was I want to be the president. Wow. I guess Obama's winning again. It wasn't even a nail biter. It was just it's like a Robin Williams movie from the 80s. Just wacky people, you know? What was that? Rick Santorum is against college. That's not even sanity. But it's not in the left. I mean, Michelle Bachmann, Nancy Pelosi, the two of them, they look like Batman villains. They're Rrr! They shouldn't be the ones in charge. But then, the rest of us, it's I don't know. I don't really want to be in charge, you know? People are don't you care about healthcare? I'm yeah, but not when the Big Bang Theory's on, you know? I want to do other shit, too. I don't want to just argue all day. That seems to be what's happening now. It's just arguing. By the way, this is a 3-liter bottle of water. Just give you an idea how big I am. There's a whole perspective thing. If I handed this to one of you would even be able to hold it. I'm 42 feet tall. This is it's a weird theater. I have 6 waters. It equals 1 water. They're very tiny. That's in my rider. I need a lot of tiny waters. So I do it. And mini carrots. I like to feel big before I go on stage. I like everything to, off scale a bit. 1/16 scale. Man, I don't know. I do think that, there are people that we don't have to help. There's a guy in South Carolina who got arrested for having sex with a horse. That's a true story. People go, ew. But here's the catch. He got arrested a second time for having sex with the same horse after they let him out. I don't want to pay for that guy's fucking health care. Sorry. If he gets horse herpes, I'm not paying for that. That's an asshole. He doesn't get it. We just need some rules, you know? We need rules about who gets this stuff. That's it. You know, horse fuckers don't get it. That's it. That's a good rule. That's a normal society would have that rule. I know it's politically correct. I know people in here, well, you know, horse fuckers are created equally. No, they're not. They're not equal. No, he's not the same as me. I won't have sex with a horse. That makes me better than him. Yes. Yes, it does. Well, it doesn't make you better than him. Yes, it does. Not having sex with horses makes you better than someone who has sex with horses. Take that to the fucking bank, okay? I'm sick of it, you know? Everyone gets a vote. I don't know about that, you know? Does everyone get a vote, really? Shouldn't we just, like, take a test? We have road tests. That's how you know if you're allowed to drive. We should have other tests. Gun tests. How about that? How about that? Gun tests. No, think about it. You have to take a test just to scuba dive, right? You can't kill anyone but yourself scuba diving. But guns, you don't even, you'd be like, all right, hey, man, I took the handgun test. Now I can get a handgun. I passed the test. Cool. Now you can get a handgun. I took the shotgun test. Cool. Now you can have a shotgun. I took the assault rifle. You're a fucking psycho. Who takes the assault rifle test? People are like, well, you can use them for hunting. Hunting what? Hunting's and you can't call hunting a sport. It's not a sport. Sports have rules. That's why they're fun to watch, you know? Like if one hoop in basketball was 2 feet high, that's not fun. And then one team's 20 feet high, that's not fun. That's hunting. The deer's like, and you're like, that's not hunting. Is like a spear and you're like licking trees and you're like, the deer's heading north, you know? We'll spend 4 more days tracking him and then hopefully kill him with this wood stick we've carved from rock. Sport. Kill that deer. God bless you. But fucking putting like deer pee on the ground near you and hiding in a bush and like drinking a beer with a fucking Uzi isn't really sport. That's just killing shit, you know? I don't know. There are times where I feel like, man, you know, we need like, sometimes you feel like, oh, it'd be, you know, every time the system almost fails, we kind of fix it, we prop it back up, you know? And you're like, it might be good. Might be good if it fails. Because we complain, like people are like, well, Obamacare, you know, it's not going to be perfect. Yeah, of course it's not perfect. It's designed by the fucking government. Of course it's not perfect. But what's the other option? Nothing? Like, that's the whole thing. That's the arguments, too, sometimes. It's like one side is arguing about something, and then the other side is just talking about, like, you know, fantasy stuff. They're like, well, we can't have stem cells because God will be angry. Like, what? How about this? Get the guy out of the wheelchair, and if God gets pissed, he'll put him right back in the wheelchair. He's God. That's let's test God out a little bit. We haven't heard from him in a while, you know, it'd be nice. Hey guys, I'm kind of pissed about, holy shit, he's real. It was worth the stem cells just to find that out. It does feel like we just complain. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like our chief export is complaining. It doesn't matter what it is, we just complain. And I feel like we need like a little bit of humble pie. The country needs a little bit of Then of course you have the problem where like half the population can't eat the humble pie because it's not gluten-free, you know? No, I want to eat the humble pie, but I can't eat gluten. I can't eat, so I'm just gonna skip the humble pie because it's gluten in it. I'm allergic to gluten and starches, just anything delicious, really. I avoid anything tasty or fun, really. Wow, that's awesome. Man, gluten-free, you know? I don't know when that started happening. All of a sudden, we just can't eat bread? Like half society just can't eat bread anymore? That's fucking natural selection, right there. Can't digest bread. You're fucked, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna go have some pasta. Good luck. But now, we just figured out a way to make bread without gluten. God damn it, just keep giving people these crutches, you know? Just keep giving them these crutches. Darwin would be pissed. We're doing what Jeff Goldblum warned us not to do in Jurassic Park. That's what we're doing every day. Every day we make gluten-free food more delicious. Jeff Goldblum is right. That's not good. Yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff, you know? People just get like allergic thing. And you get old, you know, when you're young, you don't ever think about, you know, you think you're invincible when you're young. That's like that's a thing. But when you get older, you realize, oh, I'm not invincible. You know, we're all gonna die. So then you just start thinking about like how you want to die, you know? You're like, well, I'll just do it when I'm old. You know, that's how I'll do it. Do it when I'm like 90. Because you don't want to go out like tweeting and driving, you know? You don't want to go out like, that's like the worst way to die, you know? People are like, how'd it go? Yeah, he was sending a tweet, you know? Drove off a cliff. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, pretty loser move at the end there, huh? That actually happened in like the world's greatest plastic surgeon, if there is such a thing. He tweeted and drove off a cliff and died. And he had his dog in his car. Wait, I'm not done. Dog was fine. Ha! Ha, loser. Can't feel, I mean, I just always pictured the dog coming out of the car and it had all this work done. You're like, Jesus Christ. Practically had a Shar-Pei and he made it look like a Rottweiler. Why not? A little animal testing. Boo, yay. I do think that there should be things. I do think the society should be a little bit more graded, like with licenses I was talking about. Like, I think there should be an advanced driver's license. If you're a good driver, you get an advanced one, and you have different speed limits and different lanes you get to drive in. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, so it's like, say there's six lanes, you know, or 4 lanes going one way, 4 the other way, and there's that HOV lane. Unless you have the advanced license, you have to stay in the left HOV lane. Everyone else just fucking powers through. 3 lanes, fucking smooth sailing. All the fucking dim rods are in that lane over there. And it just says like Class S on your license, like you passed the advanced road test. You know, that's the one where you're like texting and spinning through cones and stuff, you know? Like, I can do it. I have a Class S. I can do whatever the fuck I want, you know? And then the cop pulls you over. He's like, sir, I had you going 90 and a 35. No, it's cool. See that in my license, Class S, it stands for suck it. So you can suck it, because I can do whatever I want. And you know the law, officer, you owe me $20. I don't know, I don't make the laws, pal. I just follow them. And a blowjob. You also owe me a blowjob. It's in the Constitution. It's a weird law. Start thinking about, like, you know, getting older. Like, I don't know, I turned 36. 36 feels like I don't know, it feels like 36,000 miles on a car, you know? Like when your lease is up, you've like driven it for 3 years. You're trying to figure out what you want to do. The guy's like, you want to buy it back and keep it forever? Or you want to like just fucking wreck it, you know? You're like, I don't know. That's why I would think of my body right now. I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. Like it's definitely not in mint condition anymore, you know? Like I don't, like the resale value on my body isn't, I'm out of the box. You know what I mean? Like on eBay, I wouldn't be mint. I'd be like pretty well used, you know? This toy's been played with, you know? So then you gotta think, like, how, you know, which way do you want to take it? And then you just, like, you know, all of a sudden I'm like seeing doctors I'd never seen. Like, I had to go to a urologist. I don't know if you guys know, that's a penis doctor. Yeah. Yeah, there's a doctor who goes to med school and they're like, what do you want to focus on? And he's like, penis. Like, we got another one, you know? And I don't know. I mean, I'd say obviously there's female doctors, but I don't know that any of them go into the penis arts. I don't know. I've never met a female urologist. I'm sure they're out there. God bless you for doing that. Because you're not seeing, you know, it's not like every penis you see is you know, necessarily you want to see up close. I don't know if the guys in here have ever been to a gym, but like, Jesus Christ, you know? It's always a guy who like likes walking around naked, who's got just like a weird thing going on. You know, he's just like, hey, what's up, man? How was your workout? You're like, I don't know, penis. Jesus, man. I spend like $90 a month to go here. I want a penis-free environment, you know? But I went to the urologist, and look, I know you're worried. Everything's fine, so don't, you know. I appreciate your concern. And it turned out it was muscle pull in my groin. But when you have pain in that area, you got to go to the doctor. And I had the kind of most horrific experience of my entire life. because the guy comes into the room, and it's a tiny little examining room, and he's like, yeah, he's, shakes my hand, was right out of the way. I'm like, oh man, let's do a fist bump, doc. Like, you know what you do all day. And yeah, I get it. He wears gloves, but still, I mean, the guy at the deli wears gloves. I don't know. It's still doesn't mean I want to shake hands with him, And I don't know. So he says, get in this gown. So I'm expecting like a gown, like what you would have if you were a patient. But instead, it's like it's a paper gown, but it's not a gown. It's like a towel, like a paper towel. It's really like a select-a-size Bounty. It's a half a paper towel. It's the smallest thing you can possibly give somebody and tell them to get naked in. That's what it is. It literally, I have a napkin. It couldn't even cinch it around my waist. And it's a mini skirt too. It's cut tight, it's cut like I'm a working girl at this point. And I'm totally naked except for this paper skirt. Skirt, not skort, skirt. Everything was just there. And then he's like, I'll be back, put this on. So like, I didn't even know, I thought maybe there would be like another one, like a tie around my leg or like just even like a Tarzan kind of thing. Nothing. It was just, and then, so I'm sitting on the, what do you call that? The thanks, you guys are awesome. Examining table. I love it was all women. They're like, we've been to urologists before. And I'm sitting there, and it's horrible. It's air conditioning. It's a horrible thing going on. And the door to the room is here and opens this way, and I'm here. And it's an active hallway, This isn't like a recreational private area. Like, this is like tiny room, active hallway with people walking up and down in it. And the doctor says, he's like, how's it going? You good? You ready to go? And I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, that's not cool, Comes in and does stuff to me that I never wanted done. Ever. Like, across the board, Broke rules that I have. He put his finger up my ass, is what he did. But they don't do it. They do it like, I want to say it's professional, but he's even awkward about, like, he knows it's weird, you know what I mean? Like, even the doctor's like, this, he's like, I gotta do something now, and I'm like, oh shit, I've seen this in movies, And then he said to me, everything checks out. I'm like, well, you definitely checked everything. And why don't you, he said, once a week we've got the guy with the sonogram machine. He goes, just why not triple check? He's right in the room next door. We'll give you the sonogram. We'll know 100%. I said, oh, yeah, that sounds fine. He's like, so I'm just going to give you an injection. And I was like, okay, but now we're talking about injections in my penis. Like, I'm not as into the sonogram, He's like, it's up here. It's like above your stuff. It's fine. It doesn't even hurt. Gives me the injection. After he gives me the injection, he says, there's like a 90% chance that's going to give you an erection. And then he walked out of the room. I was like, I don't want an erection in a paper towel at your office. I don't want that. But it was too late. Like, I feel like the order of information is supposed to be, I'm going to inject you with boner juice and then leave. Are you into that? And then I'll be like, no, it's cool. I'm skipping the fucking sonogram. But not inject, tell about boner juice, and then leave. So now I'm like sitting in the office in my little paper towel, just like, what do I do? Just wait till I get a boner? Like, what am I supposed to do? So I'm sitting on the back of my little spot, the examining table, and I'm just like, what's going to happen? But penises don't work that way, Like, you can't just be like, you're going to get a boner. Like, no, you got to, I'm like, Doc, you got to, impress me a little bit. You got to do something. I'm not a piece of meat, So, nothing's happening. So now I'm starting to get worried. I'm like, am I in like the 10% where like boner juice doesn't work? And again, he swings open the door. He's like, how's it going? You have an erection? I'm like, no erection, man. Close the door. So then he walks me to, now again, I have to walk down the hallway, still in this thing, to the door next door. So it's like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing that this is legal. And then the guy, so then I'm expecting like a doctor or some kind of like professional, in a white lab coat, maybe with glasses, someone who's read so many books on penises that their eyes are ruined because they read them in a dark prison cell for so many years. And it's just like a guy in like a pair of slacks and like a short sleeve button down shirt, which could go like, short sleeve button downs can be cool if worn properly. But if wrong, there's like a weird pedophile thing with those. You know what I mean? It's like a mustache. Like a mustache could work or make you like weird gay pedophile. You know what I mean? Like it depends on the color and fullness of the stash, That he was wearing it the wrong way, is the way I should put it. It was tucked in, buttoned like to the top. And he was like, hey, I'm Don. And I was like, wait, Don? Like, I don't want to be on a first name basis with the guy with this machine. Doc leaves me in there. And now I'm on a table with Don, And he's just got, like, he doesn't wear gloves, by the way, Don. Fuck it. It's just junk, whatevs. I'm Don. I don't need gloves. I'm old school, man. And he's just like rubbing plastic on me. Every now and then his thumb catches a little piece. Whatevs, Don. It's just your thumb. Whatever. And while this is happening, the doctor pops back in and he's like, you have an erection? Of course I don't have a fucking erection. It's like a dude named Don playing with my balls, man. And then Don decides to triple check with a stick. A stick that he puts lubricant on. And he's like, I got to do one more thing. And now I'm like, yeah, I've been down this fucking road. I don't even ask what it's for. I'm just like, put it up there, Don. And he's like aggressive. He's not cool. Like he's a little bit like he like does it and then he's he like throws some paper. He's like, clean yourself up, sweetheart. Like it was really like, demoralizing. He like threw a 20 on my head. He's like, get out of here, kid, I didn't like that, I don't like, that's why, that's when you go, I gotta stay healthy, I don't want guys sticking plastic in my butt anymore. That's the stuff that they should tell people, when they like try to scare people about food and exercise or kids. Nothing gets through to kids about, you gotta stay healthy. You gotta be like, if you don't exercise, Don will shove this thing up your ass. Holy shit, I'm going to the gym, It's like the same, drinking and driving. Even if you want kids not to drink and drive, like we're doing it the wrong way. Like you gotta say to them, like, not like you're gonna crash and get into a car. You gotta be like, dude, you might scratch your rims. Oh shit. Stuff that's important, not life, rims. Same with like the anti-drug ads. They always do it the wrong way. Like they have anti-marijuana ads. There's like one with like a little girl. She's like by a swimming pool. And it's like, marijuana. Like if you smoke it, little girls die. No, they don't. I've smoked so much weed, never once saw a little girl drown in my entire life. I'll tell you what does happen. Shitty movies become good. You eat a lot of Funyuns. But it's not death, We're just going about it the wrong way. I grew up on Long Island. Anybody? Really? Yeah, it's really really. That's brave, sir. That was brave. Because it really is one of the most hated places on earth. I'm not sure why. But even when I say it, I felt the room pull back. Ooh, I knew there was something about him. And this guy's talking about assholes and he's from Long Island? Ugh. Yeah, I'm not sure what we did. Other than invent the jet ski, you're welcome. But it's a weird thing. Like, no matter where I travel, it doesn't even have to be like, this is, a part of the country that seems, sophisticated. I mean, I could be in the most remote place. I could be like somewhere in remote Nebraska, and somebody says, "Where are you from?" I said, "Long Island." They're like, "Loser." Like, really? I grew up like 22 miles from Manhattan. You lost your virginity to corn. I feel like I win this round. I've seen the ocean. Game over. When I grew up, it's like, I'm half Italian. Like, Long Island's a pretty Italian area. But it's like, I don't know, there's like weird Italian things that happen there. Like, no Italians, where I grew up, put vowels on the end of like words that are Italian. They just drop them. Like something like manicotti, they go manicotti. Or prosciutto, which is a cured ham. Hey, prosciutto. Yeah, let's get some prosciutto. What is it? Prosciutto. It's really weird, but it's like they just do it on Italian words. Like, technically a word like avocado, be like, yeah, you want a little avocado? But they don't. They'll do the D-O on avocado. It's really weird, Regatta cheese. Yeah, want a little regatta with your prosciutto? Want some prosciutto with your regatta? What are you saying? It's weird, Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be in a sailing regatta this weekend. Anybody want to come out? One of them sailing regattas where you race. So, regatta. No, but it's like, might have like family too. Like, I have some awesome characters in my family. My Uncle John, it's like a real Uncle John Napolitano, like, married in, like, total badass Italian, like, contractor. Guy's like in his 60s, he can still do like one-arm push-ups and like a human flagpole, like he can do that like on a street sign. Like, he's a beast, But he's like a guy's guy. And I had this weird experience recently with him, where like he came over to my apartment in the city. I had all my family in, and I'd just gone through a bunch of stuff. I was like divorced, all this kind of like crazy stuff in my life, and he'd been through all that before he married my aunt. And we're standing out there one night on my roof of this apartment building, looking out towards the river, and just me and him. Everybody went inside. I'm going, man, this is interesting. Like, I'm having like a moment with like the toughest guy I know. This is weird. And he goes, Raw, I gotta tell you. I'm like, oh my God, Uncle John and I are gonna have like a sappy. Like, I don't want this. You know what I mean? I don't want like a moment here. I want it just to stay like who he is, And he goes, Ro, not a lot of people can say, here he comes, that they went through what I went through and they recovered. And he goes, not a lot of people can say that they jet skied around this whole island. True fucking story. And I go, what? He goes, true. He's like, I did it. And he goes, and I did it when it meant something on a fucking stand-up jet ski. One of these pussy sit-down ones. I'm like, thank you, Uncle John. True. That's awesome. That's what you want from people. You want consistency, I don't like it when people like throw you a curveball. I'm not into that. My dad's like that. My dad's old school is how I would say it. I think old school is sometimes a clever way of saying racist, but not in this case. I'd say old school. Because it's not, I don't think it's racism ever with people. I think that there's a cutoff to your willingness to change, is what I'd call it. Like there's a cutoff, like things change. Like right now, you guys have a football team. That's probably the most racist football team in the world. But old people are like, fuck it. They're like, fuck it. They're called the Redskins, And I'm like, I get it. You're old, Like, what, I got 20 years left? I don't want to change my hats. I get it. The older you get, change is tough. I got 2 jackets, a hat. They're gonna pay me back? But, that's what happened. Like, the Greatest Generation, for example. No doubt, the Greatest Generation. But, first of all, fuck you, Tom Brokaw. Give us a chance, okay? But fuck that guy. And they were great with the Hitler thing. A+. A+ on the whole Hitler killing, the whole thing there. Great job. But on like, let's say race relations, I'm going F- with that generation. Never was once at a Chinese restaurant with my grandparents where they didn't refer to them as Chinamen. Ever. Were they racist? I don't know. When they were kids, they called them Chinamen, you know? Probably just didn't want to change. You know, Nanny, they're called Asians now. What? Chinamen. I don't know what you're talking about. So not the greatest generation. Good. But, you know, I think we got a shot at beating them on some things. But not the Redskins. And what are the... I mean, Cleveland Browns, what's that about? What's that after? Yeah, that seems racist, too. Is it? Does anyone know what the Browns... Is it just the color? What is it? Oh, it is. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for knowing that. Let's cross that joke off the list. Corrected by the sports guy in the front. No, that was actually very helpful. He actually fact checks my whole act. A lot of stuff in there that's not accurate. Yeah, but no, my dad's the kind of guy who, like, I don't know, like I don't get him, you know. There's a disconnect, you know. Like he'll say things like, and I think it's kind of part of it's just maybe being like an Italian guy from New York, you know, like your perceptions of what you think beautiful is kind of off, just because I think the Italians have really, you know, like tacky taste. And don't misunderstand me, so do Jews. I mean, my house is a fucking disaster, but, and I'm sure I do too. I just don't know it yet. But yeah, it's like he'll see like the house across the street, he's like, oh boy, they put aluminum siding on the house, okay? But now they make aluminum siding that looks like wood. My dad thinks it's the most fucking beautiful thing he's ever seen in his entire life. He's like, look at that. He's like, no maintenance. It looks beautiful. Looks just like real wood. First of all, no, it doesn't. You're insane. Second of all, why would you want to live in a plastic house? It doesn't look plastic. It looks real. But it is plastic. It is plastic. Once you put it on, you live in a plastic house. Why draw the line at the house? Why not put some fucking AstroTurf on the lawn? You know? Put up some fake trees. How about some fake deer? Get a fucking Nerf gun. Go hunting. Who gives a shit? Just live in a fake world, you know? Put some fucking fake apples on your kitchen table and eat them every morning for breakfast. You can't just, you know, like, it can't just be about ease. Well, it's much easier, no maintenance. You don't have to paint it every 6 years. First of all, you don't paint it. You just hire dudes to paint it. You don't want to live in a plastic house, man. And he does stuff like, he has like theories on things, you know? Again, old school theories. I bought him shorts for Father's Day. Well, that was not even the joke, but cool. I'll just name shit I bought my dad. Bought him some slacks. He's naming. The guy in the back's like, you didn't buy him slacks. Fact checking it right now. Like a Jeopardy judge. No, it's not true. But I bought him his waist size. You know, growing up was always a 36. But I knew he'd put on a couple pounds. I didn't want to, you know, insult the guy, so I bought him a 36. Figured, you know, it's J. Crew. He can just return it. And he went and tried them on, and he came back. He goes, they don't fit. I go, yeah, I thought maybe put on a little weight. No. He's like, I'm the same size. It's because of the Asian fusion. What? Like a restaurant? You've been eating Asian fusion? Like, I didn't understand. He's like, no. All this crap's made in China now. And they, you know, they get all the sizes wrong over there. Wait, what? Yeah, you know, China. He's like, the 38 there is a 36 here. I'm like, no, man. 36 fucking inches is 36 inches. Like, even on the moon, it's 36 inches. It's just a measurement. No. Chinese, they can't do it. So it's like, oh, I got it. So you didn't gain weight. It's America's fault for outsourcing. Gotcha. Kind of amazing, though. I like that. I like that style. You know? He also does, like, the Jedi mind trick when he wants something. Like, he'll like slip the answer in after a question. Like, what do you want for dinner tonight? Pizza? Like, I don't know, pizza. Oh, wait, I'll have pizza. Wait a minute, you know? What do you want to do, watch a movie? I guess watch a movie. I mean, you didn't really ask a good question. You're just kind of telling me. I like that. I mean, the thing about it now is you got to be careful because, you know, it could be offensive, I think, to people. Like, anytime he meets a girl that I'm friends with or, you know, he always is a super nice guy, but he always offers him a diet soda. But he thinks that's charming. You know what I mean? It's like, I get what young girls drink, you know? And I'm like, that's kind of like saying she's fat, man. But he doesn't get it. He's like, hey, sweetheart, what do you want, Diet Coke? I'm like, or a Coke, a regular Coke, or maybe a milkshake or anything, really. I mean, you're so not fat, you know? But I got to dig myself out of the ditch, you know, he dug. Not cool. Not cool when your dad cockblocks you. It's not cool. This is fun. This is a cool little space here, the Kennedy Center. I like it. You guys, I feel like a little bit like I'm doing a lecture series in a classroom. You know? I don't know, like I want to write like, you know, some sort of quote on the board and, you know, talk about it, you know, but I can't because I don't really read enough books to do that, you know? Any quote I put up there would just be from like a movie. It'd be like Gladiator. Like, let's learn about ancient Rome. Maximus was the greatest gladiator in the world. Are you not entertained? I get into arguments with people about that, you know. People are like, about movies. That's again, it's like people are angry, you know. Oh, Gladiator. Movie's not historically accurate. Yeah, but he fights a tiger. It's a fucking movie. And he fights a tiger. 2 tigers, I think. Pretty badass. That was back when, you know, movies. I realize people go, oh man, movies aren't as good. But it's not that they're not as good. I'm just older. Like I'm not as mesmerized and like awestruck by things that like are big and on a screen anymore, you know? It's just like, it kind of makes me sad. I'll be like, oh man, that new Pixar movie wasn't that good. My 6-year-old nephew's like, it was awesome. I'm like, oh right. It's for you, you know? They're not making the new Toy Story for me. I get it now. I'm just a bitter bastard. I do think though that like we do have too many things happening in this country right now that are based on like religion, you know? Because I really do. I like religion. I think religion is great. I'm not particularly religious. Mainly just because, again, it seems like a lot of time, you know? It's like every Sunday or every Saturday, and you gotta like light candles and shit. I don't know. I don't want to do that every week, you know? Maybe once a year you don't eat or something. That's fine, but come on. But you know, there's different levels. But the problem is once it starts flipping into like a whole, because I don't mind. I really don't mind when people are religious. I don't care if they go to church every day or temple or they pray, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just hate when they fucking talk about it. You know what I mean? It's just like, shut up. I don't care. I don't care what Jesus would have done. You know what he would have done right now? Just shut up. That's what he would have done. Just because I don't care, you know? And that's the whole thing. It's like, I really hate it when people are cocky about religion. Because you can't be cocky about something you're not 100% sure of. Like, I can be cocky about the fact that I'm wearing boots. Be like, what's up, dicks? Check out my boots. You know? I'll be like, that guy's really cocky about boots, you know? I don't know why. They're just boots. But he's cocky about it. Yeah, but they're real. They're on my feet. You can see them. Boots. Fuck you. I'm a dick. Look at my boots. Let's talk about boots. If boots, what? And then I just make up some gospel about boots. You know, I'm like, Paul said to the Corinthians that boots must be worn. I'm like, well, he does have boots, you know? But you can't be that way about religion. There's nothing, you have to just, you know, you can't be cocky about it. And like, we're so cocky about religion that people get mad at other religions, you know? Like Scientology, those people are crazy. You know, they think aliens came down from outer space and like talked to them and built all these things. Like those people, and everybody knows it's you know, angels. I mean, you know, winged people who live in the clouds. Not aliens. Boop, boop. Those people are fucking... Yeah, those people are crazy. They did it too. Remember when like Al-Qaeda came out and that was like the big Al-Qaeda story? It was like, they think when they die they get 72 virgins, and people were like, and that was what bothered people the most. They're like, that's crazy. 72 virgins in heaven. Those people are nuts. Everyone knows heaven's filled with your grandparents and pets and stuff. What's wrong with those people? It's just, living in clouds. Virgins, unless your grandma was a virgin, which is really impossible. I mean, just, scientifically, unless somebody was adopted along the way, is what I'm saying. In order for her to be your grandma, she would have to give birth to one of your parents. You see what I'm saying here? This is a quandary. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, because again, that's a weird, and like in a lot of times too, it's like it feels like religion. People get mad, like they get so angry about stuff like gay rights. Whoa, people get so mad at gay people. Have you met gay people? They're fucking awesome. They're like the best people ever. They're always like, hey, like really like flamboyant gay people. I'm like, I want to hang out with more of those guys, Just like, and at the gym, they're the ones whose penises you like, look at that fucking shiny penis on that guy. It's like well capped, it's fucking groomed, They're like fit and shape, friendly. Hey, how are you? Nice penis, good to see you. They're happy. They rollerblade. You can't be depressed no one. I've been depressed. I'm never like, oh God, shit sucks. I'm gonna go rollerblading. That's a happy man's activity right there. You don't put on rollerblades when you're feeling blue, like, oh, I'm gonna go blading today and really get rid of my problems, Just gonna blade my stress away. No. You go blading when you're happy. You don't wear cut-off jean shorts when you're sad. You don't do that. Do it when you're happy. Man, cut-off jean shorts. That's a look. I have a whole issue just in general with men wearing cutoffs, which is simple. I think again a simple rule. The cutoffs can't be shorter than your balls. That's it. Other than that, enjoy yourself, man. But if you're blading, and I'm eating outside, come on, I don't want to see like a half a ball. I don't want to see it ever. I realize I'm talking about penises a lot tonight. No, but it's true, and I don't understand. Like people are scared. Like they're scared of gay people, and there's like no. And that's the thing. That's where you sort of get a little wary of what people talk about when they say, oh, media, the media's fault. That like violence is the media's fault. Like there's no or stereotypes or movies. You get stereotypes about people because you don't really get a lot of scary gay people in movies. It's not like a thing that is like. It's not a fear-based kind of culture where they're like kind of throwing a lot of like gay gangsters at you. Like just mob bosses who are like, yeah. He's like, you looking at my wife? Are you looking at my wife? I'm gonna take you in the back, and I'm gonna blow you all fucking night if you look at my wife again. Whoa, that's a scary gay gangster right there. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, buddy. I'm gonna take you in the back of my casino, and I'm gonna tickle your balls for 45 minutes. You keep looking at my wife. Wow, De Niro plays a pretty intimidating gay gangster. But you have religious groups that try to stop homosexuality. Do you know about these like re-straightening camps? Yeah, you do. You know who runs one of those is Michelle Bachmann's straight husband, Marcus Bachmann, who's basically like Eric Stone Street on Modern Family. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? He's like, I'm not gay. Like, he's probably the gayest guy I've ever met. I've never even met him, by the way. But his gay oozes through the television. Yeah, he is. When she was running for president, he's gay. And I say that not to be mean. I just say that like, yeah, he's gay. I mean, that could be one of the reasons she seems tense, And I'm happy to take one for the team if I'll cheer her up a little bit, Oh, you're busy opening up the World War II memorial. Well, you know, swing by my hotel, Michelle. She'll come out a Democrat, I promise. Or your money back. I got Carl in there with his fucking machine. Hey, Michelle. No, but I don't understand. I understand, you know, fat camp. I get fat camp because there's just science behind it, you know? Like if you send, you know, 50 fat people into the woods with nothing but rice cakes for 2 months, like they're coming home skinny, guaranteed. If you send 50 gay men into the woods, wait, like what? You know, like are they coming home less gay after that field trip? Or is that just the greatest 2 months of their entire life? Because that's what that sounds like to me. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I really, I'm kind of, you know, blown away by that kind of stuff. It's just so many people are mad at other people. It's not, and you can't really even escape it. Everyone blames everybody else. People blame the media, you know, I don't know. It's not the media's fault. You know, I don't, you know who's corrupting kids? Here's who I think it is. I think it's uncles. That's who I think it is. Uncles. Because I don't have kids. I'm an uncle. And like, uncles are shady, you know? Like I have 2 nephews who are boys. And I don't care if they play with knives. You know what I mean? I think they should do all sorts of stuff. You know, like they're just like, oh yeah, you know, your dad would yell at you if you were doing that. But like, I don't know, I'm just your uncle. You know what I mean? I'm like, be careful carving that thing. Because if you cut yourself, like, well, I'm not taking it to the doctor, you know? I don't have that kind of time. I'm just an uncle, you know? It's true. That's, you know, that everyone has like their cool uncle, but it's not that we're cool. We just like don't care as much as their parents. And I mean, I care a lot. But, you know, what makes me cool is the lack of, like, really caring, you know? Like, anytime he has, like, when they were young and they were, like, pooping, I wasn't like, let me clean that up. I'd be like, holy crap, stinky diaper, go away, gross, disgusting child. Come back when you're clean and want to play other toys. You know? It's such a weird... I had, younger kids are strange, especially when you don't have them. People get so mad. This is if you ever want to piss people off, and you don't have kids, just tell people with kids it's not that hard, or give them advice. Holy shit, I do it just to make them mad. That's not what I would do. I would tell him to go to his room. What? You don't even have kids, you don't even know? Yeah, I have a dog though, so I know about discipline. I do have a dog. Dogs are freaking awesome. I hate the whole like cats, dogs debate. It's not a debate. Dogs are just awesome. Cats suck, you know? It should be like dogs and kids and then like cats and squirrels, you know? Because a cat and a squirrel have the same level of interaction with you as a human. Like you feed them and then they come over and then they fucking run away and you have nothing to do with them ever again. That's what it is to have a cat. And whenever you go to someone's house who has a cat, the cat always like stalks you. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like you go, this happened to me so many times. I go to someone's, you know, apartment or something, and it always smells like cat piss. I'm like, oh, you have a cat, you know, and but you never see the fucking cat. It's not like a dog who's like, what's up? Your friend's over. Hey, you know, like, dun, 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 dun. Like I brought you something. I brought you a shoe. I'm bringing you a fucking toy. I'm awesome, you know. No. You go to someone's apartment with a cat, and you just like it smells weird, and you're like walking through, and all of a sudden like a book falls off the shelf. You're like, oh shit. It's on me, you know, like it's in like, and in its head, it's in the, you know, it's fucking the savannas and we're just stalking you, you know. And so always people with cats are always like, hey, do you mind taking your shoes off? I'm like, sweet, cat bait, my fucking socks, thanks, man. Got like socks waving around. I'm like, I'm gonna die. Dogs are just the best. Come home. I can put my dog, I can tell her to sit, and I can step outside my door and close it. And then just open it right back up. And she's like, holy shit, you're back, yeah! She's like, yeah! It's the best. It's the best thing in the world. If I could find a girl who could greet me like that. I mean, and dogs, the reason they're man's best friend is because all men really want out of a best friend is someone who's just always in on whatever. Doesn't matter, you just, whatever you want to do, you want all of your friends to want to do it. That's it. And if you want to do that, you're my best friend. It's like, it doesn't matter how shitty the test. If I have a bunch of my friends in a room, and I go and I'm like, hey, guys, I gotta like run a Home Depot and buy some like annoying big thing and put it in my car. Anybody want to give me a hand? My dog's like, I'm in. Home Depot, fucking sweet. Do I get to go with you? Do I get to see my face out the window? Yeah. Yes! I gotta go throw out the garbage and it's raining. Holy shit, I love the garbage! Can I come smell stuff and pee near it? Yeah. I'm so fucking in. Doesn't matter. I gotta bury some bodies in the woods because I murdered people last night. I love the woods! I'll sniff stuff, you dig, it'll be awesome. But kids are different. I had a weird experience with my family recently, which is my parents wanted to do a family vacation for their 40th wedding anniversary. They just had their 40th. And thanks for not clapping because they're not here. And frankly, they're really not that happy. But you know, hey, good for them. They stuck it out. Good for them. Marriage, man, that's hard. You know, because it used to be when marriage started, people lived to like 35. It was like death of the party. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking die in like 20 minutes, no problem. I'm gonna like cut my foot and die tomorrow. You know. Now people live to like 90. Like, I don't want to fucking be with anyone until I'm 90. Should be like, there should be a contract. It's like, I'm in, how long are you in for? I'm in for 20. I signed up for a 20. Maybe we'll extend the contract afterwards. Right now, we're in for 20. We're being realistic. You know? I'm doing like, I did a 5-year deal with one excuse for cheating. I'm rolling it over to a 10-year. We're figuring it out, but the lawyers are working on it right now. Let's be realistic about what it is. It's a business arrangement. I want to have kids. And, I don't want to do it all by myself. That's really what it is. Is that too dark? I mean, it started as a business arrangement. It's like, you give me 4 sheep, and I'll give you my daughter, That's what it was. Fact check guy, tell him. He's on Wikipedia right now going, he's right. So we had this weird experience. So they wanted to do a family vacation, which we haven't done since I was 10. I don't know. That's 25, 26 years ago. And I'm so thirsty. That's plenty. And so my parents wanted to do a family vacation. So it was my mom and my dad, my brother and his wife, and their 2 kids, and me. So what it really was 2 couples and their kids going on vacation. And I was one of the kids. So we stayed in this like condo, and my parents had the master bedroom, and then there was another bedroom that was like the other kind of master bedroom that my brother and his wife stayed in with the baby, and then me and my nephew, who's 5, shared the other bedroom. It was amazing. Like 2 single beds, and like, man, I learned so much about kids that I didn't know. Like, did you know that they just like wake up in the morning? And they're like awake, totally awake, no grogginess. Like sleep just works for them, It's like power down, power up. So like no viruses on the software, you know what I mean? It's like when you first buy a computer, like it's so fast and just hit on and like it's working, It's amazing. It's like 6 in the morning. He's like, hey, Uncle Roy. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like on top of the blanket. Like one leg of my jeans out, like, Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know that, like, the night before when he went to bed at, like, 7:30, because he stayed up late that night watching Kung Fu Panda, that I, like, went out and tried to, like, get some ladies, Of course, unsuccessfully, but still, I drank a lot. And I'm in a great deal of pain. He doesn't know that. Because I still sometimes have those nights. I call them like werewolf nights, where I wake up and there's like clues around my apartment. You know, like when a werewolf like must wake up like the next morning in human form in a cave, and he's like, "Oh shit, I killed the neighbor's dog." You know, doesn't know what happened. I still have those. Just like my credit card's out next to my phone. Oh my God, what did I order? How many ShamWows are coming? Like a spoon just sticking out of a can of SpaghettiOs. Like, what did I do? I didn't even heat them. He doesn't know. So and you can't best a 5-year-old because they're so sharp. Nothing in the brain but sharpness. So I'm like, it's like 6, Charlie. Maybe we should just sleep a little bit more. And he just opens the blind. He's like, but it's daytime. Right? We sleep at night. Wake up in the day and it's day. So I did what I was supposed to. What's your next excuse? And he's right. I got nothing. So I just lie. I'm like, if you don't go back to bed, there's no Santa Claus. He's like, shit, It's crazy how much they know. It's crazy how and they're also just like super, but they get to that weird age where like they start to know things, like they're aware. Like he starts picking up the phone now. But when kids pick up the phone, it's really scary because they don't say hello. The only people that don't say hello when you pick up the phone are like kids and like murderers, There's something really scary about the phone ringing and you're like, and then you hear like the TV on in the background. You're like, hello? Hello? Charlie? Oh, yes, oh, okay. Because I thought maybe there was a fucking murderer at the house. Crazy. Ah! Oh my God, I owe the Kennedy Center so much money. Wait. Oh, look at that, it fits in. Just like JFK. Ha 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 ha. Boo. Really? Too soon? Fuck you. Clinton jokes are fine, but not Kennedy jokes. That's precious. That's when America was precious. Is it just because it's everything's named after Kennedy. You know what I mean? So if you just one stupid. Well, let's not let that ruin the night, is what I'm saying. This was fun. I was having a really good time. And then I made some stupid. It's not like I said Marilyn Monroe. It's not like I did something like that. But now I'm like stuck. When you're stuck and you don't know how to get out of it, it's like that's what's going on right now. I just want to be done. I think the internet is closing. I have to be done. I think that's kind of what's happening. Is this is on the internet, which means no one's watching. And I don't mean that to be rude. I just mean, why would you watch anything other than people getting hit in the balls? Because the internet is that's when you realize what comedy is. You can spend all day long writing TV show and trying to be smart and doing all these things. And then, just like some fat guy slips on ice, you're like, yeah, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. That's why I'm going into the prank business. Just going to videotape fat people falling and retire early. Really don't know how to get out of this, guys. Honestly, though, here's how I'll do it. Thank you all so much. This was really, really fun. My name is Rory Albanese. Thank you. Good night.